Hi, my name is Stephen Davis, and I am an SE for Arista Networks. Today I'm going to show you a useful feature that allows you to batch commands that you might want to apply to your Arista device. To do that, I'm going to SSH to one of our devices, and from here I'm going to first of all create what's known as a checkpoint, which allows me to create a snapshot essentially of the running config that I can revert to after I've applied a bunch of configuration changes and I decide, for example, that I don't want to keep those configuration changes. I can revert back to a certain checkpoint that was saved before said changes were made. To do that, I do configure checkpoint, save, and from here I would give it a name. Let's go 36, enter. All right, so now I want to create what's known as a session, which allows me to batch the commands, like I said. So configure session, and let's call this loop back 20. All right, so now any configuration change I make within this configure session mode is not instantiated into the current running configuration. So as an example that shows that showcases that particular premise, I'll just show IP and brief. As you can see here, I'm going to create a loopback 20, as per the configure session name. There is no loopback 20 with an IP address assigned to it. So let's go ahead and do that now. Interface loopback 20. Description, test, IP address, /32. Now I do exit, and let's do exit again. So now I'm at a configuration mode, I'm global configuration mode. And if I want to look at the current loopback configuration, you can see that there still is no loopback 20, despite me having added it. The reason for that is because the configuration has been batched, as said in the configuration session loopback 20. So now let's go ahead and apply that configure session. And you can batch a lot more than just a few different commands within a configure session. You can make large sums of changes and then apply them all simultaneously. So to apply the configure session, you do configure session, and we call this loop back 20. And we want to commit. So this allows me to commit the changes. Enter. So now if I show IP brief, you can see there's now a loopback 20 with an address assigned to it. I do show int lo20. You can see it's got the description that we assigned to it in the configure session. Now, if I want to revert back to previous configuration, the previous configuration state, this is where I would use the configure checkpoint command to erase what I just changed, the batch of commands that were bundled up inside of the configure session. So to do that, I do configure checkpoint once again, and restore. And we need to name it the same name as we did up here. Configure session, configure checkpoint, I'm sorry, this one. Restore this, enter. So now it's essentially replacing what was the current running configuration with the snapshot. So now if we go show IP int brief, you can see that loopback 20 is now gone, and the configuration is as it was before I made any of these changes. Thanks for watching.